between Northern Ireland and the Republic. Billy Bingham is standing down as Northern Ireland manager after the match, with the Republic needing a win to guarantee their place in next year's finals.
Reaching the last date of the last World Cup was the pinnacle of Jack Charlton's career as manager of the Republic of Ireland. Now he stands 90 minutes away from guiding his side to a second finals appearance. To get there, they have to beat Northern Ireland in Belfast, having missed the chance to book their place against Spain last month in Dublin.
Ferrer knocks it long towards Julio Salinas and Caminero! A superb goal, and Spain have spoilt the party already. Houghton beaten to it though. It's a decent challenge. I don't really know why the crowd are complaining. He now won it well, and that's a great ball forward to Julio Salinas, who's got in behind Kernahan here. Danger. It's a goal. Caminero. And that's not a bad ball. Whipped away, and it comes to Julio Salinas. This could be three. It is. McGrath's header is a good one. Brought down by Sheridan. Phelan. Whelan on the right. Sheridan again. On the left, I should say. Good looking ball in. Nadal reaches it and reaches it again. Now Houghton, and the shot by Sheridan, and at last.
That was only one of 10 defeats in 72 internationals over the last 7 years. Charlton loves the job almost as much as the Irish love him.
The Irish job was one that I got given and was asked to do, and to be fair, when I got up with the job, I wasn't that bothered. They said, would you be interested in doing the job? And I said, yes, I would be interested. And eventually I got a phone call from Jimmy Armfield of the Daily Express in Manchester to tell me I'd got the job. I mean, so, and I came across to meet the people here, because I'm a Protestant Geordie Englishman, you know, the first time anybody's been appointed to this sort of a job over here ever. And it took a bit of settling into it first, you know, there was a few that weren't too keen on the fact that I'd got the job here. But by and large, after a while, when people got to know me, they settled down to it. And we've had a very nice, friendly atmosphere about my involvement here in Ireland. We've created probably the best support following in the world. I mean, the Irish never cause any problems. They sing, they dance, they tell you jokes, you can join the party. Never had one moment's trouble in 8 years when we travelled abroad. And that's lovely, you know, and it's created an atmosphere here that even, the women of 80 and 90 stop me in the street, you know, and either send me letters, and they all thank me for what I'm doing for Ireland, you know, and it puts a bit of a strain on you sometimes.
I think you could classify him as some sort of a deity at this stage. It's not just the association. I think generally right around the country, no matter where Jack goes, first of all, he's recognised, and secondly, he can get a free pint in any bar he chooses to go into. So he is something of a magnetic person for everybody in the country. Everybody relates to Jack. He's almost more Irish than we are ourselves.
Well, I come all the way back from Italy, and I got back into Dublin, and we'd had enough. I mean, we had a great reception here, fantastic. And then I wanted to get home. I'd been away for 7 weeks, and I was desperate to go fishing because I was due to go fishing on the Erith, on a river on the west coast of Ireland. And I drove back. I got a flight to Newcastle, picked the car up, said hello to my wife, put my gear in the car with a pal of mine, drove to Stranraer, got the ferry to Larne, and by 5 o'clock the same afternoon, leaving Dublin, I was back in Sligo. I was in Sligo. And I'm going over the bridge, and you stop and have a look at the water, see what the water's like, because fishermen always do. You see, if there's good water, you get fish. And Dennis, the lad I was with, said to me, shall we have a pint of Guinness? So I said, yeah, there's a pub there. So I went across to the pub, and just as I went to open the door opened in front of me, and there's a big Irishman stood there, and he looked down at me, and he went, ah, Jack, he said, it's great here to come to me redundancy party. He thought I'd come all the way from Italy to go to a redundancy party.
Forward to the captain, and a little layoff. McGrath, Staunton, they're looking good now. The Irish buzzing. Houghton plays it into Quinn. And more problems for him. This will be carried in by Staunton and an in-swinger.
The Republic's record against Northern Ireland is good. They took 3 points out of 4 off them on the way to Italia 90. To make sure of reaching USA 94, they need to get full points. Charlton's style of play has come in for criticism in the past, but he doesn't agree with it.
People have always got the wrong impression of the Irish. We've got some very, very good technical players, good touch players. We've got some good players on the ball. We've got good passers of the ball. We've got good tacklers and good hearts. and if you bring them together right, and you give them a method to follow, a direction to go in. I mean, most games of football, and I've experienced in international football, teams lose the game, and the ball's that they lose before they get to the halfway line because they tend to play from the back. And any mistake you make there, you're straight at your goalkeeper. So we tend to cut that one out for a start. I don't like them playing through the midfield. I would rather them start from the front, play through the midfield, facing the way they want to go. Then we try to play the ball behind people. Now there's a difference between playing the ball behind people and playing the ball, just humping the ball long. We play the ball. We've got good kickers of the ball at fullback, and Dennis Irwin and Stephen Stone. And they plant balls into areas where we know the ball is going and the opposition don't. So we get a chance to get there first. Then in the last third of the field, I allow them to play the way they think the game is developing. Either to cross it if they think, or try something else. But I never try and coach them in the last third of the field.
He's been through it all before. He's played at the top level, World Cup, won a World Cup at England. And he's not afraid of any other teams or players as such, you know. And in fact, he doesn't worry about other players. He talks about what we should do, and we get on with it. And that's brought us success. He's also got a very good system that he sticks by. He doesn't change and chop around and for different games. And I think we all know our system now.
Wednesday's match heralds the end of an era in Northern Ireland, with Billy Bingham retiring as manager after the match. Michael O'Neill of Hibs is in his final squad, and they're not about to do the Republic any favours.
It's a big game, you know. Personally, I would like to see the Republic make it to the finals. You know, it would be good for one of us to be involved. But you know, there's a lot of national pride at stake in the game, so we'll be giving them no favours.
As for Charlton, rumours linking him with the England job abound, but he's concentrating all his thoughts on the job he's got for the moment.
I've had 8 great years. I've loved every minute of it. It's been success from day one, and as long as you keep winning games and you keep pleasing the public that you're supposed to be pleasing, and you keep filling the stadium and everybody wants to watch you, and everybody's happy with you and smiles at you all the time. I've got great friends in Ireland. I would hate to let them down.